We want it. Come to my world.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Check 99. Check 99.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. We're 5-7. 51's the mark.
Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now it's Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
32.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Check 43.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Hey, 5-0!
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing again is Stafford. There goes a deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. 33 yards that time. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Adams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Check 13. Check 13. Bunt. Back. Slam.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go, defense. Lefty. It's 74. Undercrunch.
Wentz now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Here we go. Tokyo. Watch out. Hey, Team 6. Check. Oh, yeah. I'm coming. Under 657. 10. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, Lou. Check 37. Black. Bang. That's a nut.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Good Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
That's good for Eagles.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Eagles 3.
Here we go. 120. Hey, back.
Watch it. Check.
Hey, other side, solid.
No. Off.
Here, shit. Wait, shit.
On first down, Wentz. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Kill. Twist.
Man, 5-7.
Check. Check three. Big edge.
Lefty.
Alert three. Showing it. You go.
Run.
You got tight right there.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, ram.
To throw, it's Wentz. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the 50, Stafford. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
Set. 280.
It's our time, guys.
Stafford on first down. This complete to Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Stafford looks to throw again. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. On first down, this is Adams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. J.D. McKissick, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
You must be dreaming. He's checking. He's man 5-7. Check.
Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On first down, Sanders. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check. 57. Joker.
Hey, Haywood.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Here we go.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check 52.
Now Wentz on third down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. The 30, 10, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
53. Check. 53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
50.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times at the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And that's complete to Sanders.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Great 15.
Wentz going to throw. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Shift! Watch the shift! Watch twist! Watch twist!
Go.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Deuce.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Check pass. Alert. 53. Mike.
Now Stafford. He'll rifle this one deep right. And got his man complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
51. No game on this, dude. Great. Wide. Get wide. Check 3. Pick the edge. Go. No. Watch the twin.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
He's coming.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On 1st down, it's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
53 to Mike. 53. Check.
Hey, dude.
Come on now. Mike.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Match box, White.
Shift.
Win.
Shift.
6-5-7.
Check 26.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check nickel.
Down the man inside. Down the man.
Check. Crunch.
Crap. Check.
On 1st down, Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 at a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Danny. Shoot. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Bunt.
Safety's creeping. Tighten up. Check.
6-5-7.
Now they toss that wide to Sanders.
Check 43.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 5.
There we go. Pac-Man. 120. 81.
Go, Mike 51.
Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Trey Flowers picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Switch. Check. Fresno.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Here's Jackson to return. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Rabbit. Check the backer. He's coming. Double up.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
5-9.
Hey, Echo.
51.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's got this down to the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. Check 13.
Here's Sanders. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back. Slam.
Hey, Lou. I'm bringing it to you. Black.
Switch.
Hey, stand.
SOS.
Hey, other side, solid. Here, sit.
Undercrush.
Another run with Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down.
I'm coming. Under 10.
Man, 5-7.
10. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check 37.
Lefty.
Bang.
Wait, good.
Running with Howard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
20. Run.
Check. Hot. No. Off.
Black, come on.
Watch.
Hey, ram.
Check. Check 3.
Ram.
Big gas.
Lion.
3. Showing it.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. From the 31, Stafford. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 42.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Empty. Kill.
Back to throw. Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Two jet. Watch the curl. Smooth. Mike, 51.
Wentz to throw. And he connects with Ertz. He's at the 50. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Another run here with Sanders. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.